We are here with Dave Harding from DCA Equipment Financing, and Dave is here with us working the show and has been a fantastic partner for Workhorse for many years. How many years now, Dave?
That's a good question. 12, 15?
12, yeah.
Somewhere in that neighborhood.
Seemingly about right. So Dave is obviously been a work partner. We've had a work relationship for 12 years or plus, but a really fun thing we're doing at the show this year is Dave has come in and sponsored a happy hour that we've had here yesterday from 2 to 3 p.m. We're having it again today. So Dave, I just wanted to say thank you for the participation in that. Thank you for coming to the show. And
it's easier if my customers have a few before I start talking to them. So it loosens it up, usually gets me right in there, and I think it provides a better experience.
Well, fair enough. So speaking of business, okay, equipment finance. While I have you here, let me ask you this: we are definitely seeing some changes from 2021, 2022 with interest rates being low or money. The word is easier to get, and now 2023 we're into higher interest rates. So I'm not really forming up too poignant of a question, but just give us a little insight, or give us some tips, or give us some advantages of the equipment finance, versus somebody who's maybe trying to save up $70,000 to $100,000 to make that purchase.
Well, I think there's two things. One is it just depends on how much cash you have. So, cash is the lifeblood. And listen, this has been said a million times, but cash is the lifeblood of every small business. So, if you use all your cash to purchase equipment and 2023 doesn't pan out the way you want it to, there's an old saying that businesses don't fail because they're bad businesses. They fail because they run out of cash. So as a small business owner, you just have to concentrate on having the availability to money. If you can pay for the equipment and still have the availability to money, by all means pay for the equipment, but you need to make sure that you're able to get through the rough times, because if you're going to be in business for 20, 30 years, you got to be able to get through the lean times. So just make sure that if you're if you're looking for equipment and you have an opportunity, that you really think about what is my cash position and do I have enough to sustain me through the year if need be, if that makes sense.
Sure. I was also thinking this earlier. Are there any, as commonly in the industry, there was always, it was a leasing company, right? Almost everybody had the word lease applied to it, and you're seeing that go away, and you're seeing it turn into more of a financial type scenario. Any myths or anything to dispel on what some people might consider a worry, or why they wouldn't want to do some type of equipment financing?
Yeah, so the lease thing is interesting, only because most companies that, full transparency, I compete against still are pushing leases. And I think they push them to just have a balloon payment at the back end, because tax advantage wise, unless you're writing a true fair market value lease, in my opinion, and again, I am not a CPA, so talk to your accountant, but there is no major tax advantage to writing a dollar buyout lease at all. Because of that, we changed over to a finance agreement rather than a lease, because we want to make sure that we're giving customers the best way to acquire equipment. Now, that's especially in the screen print industry, because if you're buying your automatic, it's going to last 10 to 15 years. You don't need the ability to hand it back in after 5 years. You want to keep it for the length of the machine. So that's why we changed everything over to financing on most of our screen printers.
Okay. All right.
And if you don't mind, the one thing I will say is automation. The biggest thing in the industry is customers looking to replace employees. The cost of employees have gone up. They don't get the worker. Most of small businesses don't feel like they're getting the available workers that they used to. So if you can automate any process in your whole entire shop, it's worth automating. And money has gone up a couple percentage points, but still, if you're buying a $50,000 piece of equipment on a 5-year term, it roughly is $1,000 a month. You can't hire an employee for $1,000 a month.
Sure.
So it's way more advantageous to just automate that process rather than, have to make a hire and, pay them the benefits and everything else.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, I appreciate the info on that, and what I was going to tell people is, I think these conversations and the education we can give to customers on the financing or the purchase side of it, the more knowledge we can provide them, the better. So I was going to tell everybody, keep an eye out. I think as we continue to flesh some of this stuff out, this is going to be great content for us to continue to talk about and get that information up.
Yeah.
So,
and if they reach out to you, they can reach out to me. My goal is to help.
That's what I was going to say real quick. Give everybody, tell us how to get in touch with you.
Yeah, just you can email dharding@dcafinancing.com, or give me a call.
Find you on the web?
Yeah, dcafinancing.com. I love talking to customers. I like your customers because my goal is to help advise them. I've been doing financing for 18 years. So if I'm not your guy, I am totally okay with that. My goal is to make sure that I put your customers in a position to help them get the equipment the best way for them. So if that's not me, I know it not always is, but the next one will be. So I just want to help them, grow their business. I love small businesses, so that's what we do.
All right. Well, thanks again, Dave. We appreciate it.
No, thank you, buddy.
You bet.